It is day 9 of me decluttering my house every single day until I feel less overwhelmed. And I am back in the kitchen today. I previously did a surface declutter of the kitchen. It is going to take me several goes to get once over in the kitchen. So I'm tackling some of the drawers which are annoying me the most. I'm just showing you how they are looking right now. Now, I don't think I'm going to get to every single one of these spaces today, but just that pile of tea towels in the back of that drawer really bugs me every time I see it. And most of our drawers do have locks on them just to stop the kids from getting anything that might hurt them or that wouldn't be good for them, like the Christmas chocolates in the cupboard. Also, would like to tackle the food storage at some point. But if I'm honest, I don't think I'm going to get round to that today. We also have a lot of paperwork in the room, which is kind of organised to a degree, but just overflow. So I set a timer for half an hour and I have to be really strict with myself today because although it is my non-working day, I am actually working in the afternoon and evening because I have a client event that I've been helping to plan. So I'll be honest, when I woke up this morning, I was really anxious about today's declutter and wondered how I would fit it all in with the fact that I had to go to London. So I had a bunch of other things I needed to get done, including taking my middle child for a routine medical appointment in the morning and then getting a few Christmas errands run because I feel so behind in my preparation for Christmas. And then I was just thinking, how on earth am I going to get a declutter done today? But I have set myself the goal of decluttering for a minimum of 15 minutes each day. And 15 minutes isn't really that much, but I know, achieve quite a lot in that time. So I'm telling myself I can do it. And I thought I would have to do it while my 2-year-old was awake and wondered how I would actually manage to film it without her taking down the tripod. But as it happened, as always is the case, when you're worried about something, you never need to actually worry about that thing. So everything panned out perfectly. We got my middle child to his medical appointment and to school before 10 o'clock. We got our errands run. I fed my toddler her lunch and she went down for a nap like a dream. So I set my timer for half an hour, but I have to be really strict with myself today and it has to be just half an hour. And then I need to get changed, redo my makeup, do my hair, get ready for this event, and then get my toddler up from her nap, get her ready to go into London with me. And then my husband is finishing work. He's meeting me at my office, picking up the toddler so that I can start the work event with clients, which starts at 5 p.m. So I want to be there a bit early and help get things set up. So the client event is a wreath making workshop, which I am really excited about. I did my own kind of wreath making workshop with my friends last year, but it was very low-key, very budget. Got some wicker wreaths from Amazon, and then I basically hit up Home Bargains and Poundland and I bought a bunch of random things, and we ended up with wreaths that had some of these cute little gonks on and some lights, and I still have mine on my door and I still really love it. So as you have seen, I have tackled that drawer which has all of the kind of toddler kid stuff in. It's got the plastic cups and the plates and the bowls and the bibs and the cloths and all of that jazz. And we encourage our kids to kind of help us in the kitchen as much as possible. So I've purposely made this drawer low down, really easily accessible for the kids. But it has over time is become, fuller of things. And I guess we're catering for kids at a bunch of different ages, 6, 4 and 2. So really my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old, they don't need the kind of plastic crockery and cutlery as much anymore. And they will be using proper plates and mostly, grown up knives and forks now. So really we don't need half the stuff that is in there. And if I'm honest, as I was debating a bunch of things, I think I could have got rid of more cups. But again, I think actually when I'm really starting to question things now and I'm spending a lot of time holding things in my hand and thinking, do I need this or do I not? I'm just putting it back in the drawer and thinking, okay, it's fine. I'll do another run through this area. This is not going to be a once and done. I definitely know that I need to do, 2 or 3 goes in every space that I have decluttered before I'm happy with it. So I've got some time to have a think about those bottles. For now, what is important is that I'm making like easier, quicker decisions and getting things out of my house. And so for the cupboard that you see me tackling right now, I think this is probably typical for most people's cupboards, but correct me if I am wrong. But at the front of the cupboard are basically the stuff that I'm using every day. You know, we have the bowls that we use for porridge. We have the blender that I use for making my smoothies. We have the platters that we use for putting fruits and veggies in. And at the back, we have a bunch of things that we hardly ever use. And if I'm honest, when I got to the back of the cupboard, quite a few things I've forgotten we even had. Alcohol, which is years old and definitely will have gone off, which is, you know, an easy decision to make. But then like some other things that we use only occasionally, like some of the cream jugs and things that we will use if we are hosting, and we don't host that much, but I do find it's really nice to have like some more special things in the cupboards to use when you have people round. But still, I think there are a couple of other decisions I will ponder over and I will think about. The final cupboard that I tackled on that side, there was like a massive crate in the top, absolutely loaded with stuff. So I do know that, I'm very well aware, and I didn't touch it for a reason, and that is because I know I do not have time today, and also I just don't have the mental capacity to do it. So I will come back to it, I will go through it, but for now I'm taking the easy win in the bottom of the cupboard, and it's a cool bag that was shaped as a watermelon. I don't know if you spotted that, but I absolutely love that. I only got to use it once before it was torn, I think by one of my kiddos, though no one admitted to it. It was a present from my sister-in-law, and I will ask her where she got it from. I'm very tempted to replace it, but for now, I tried to tape it back up, it didn't work. So, moving on here, there's a lot in this cupboard, and again, there's a lot that we access on a daily basis, but then there's also a lot in the back of the cupboard that we are not accessing as much. So it's really just like refreshing my memory as to what is in there, what do we need to have to hand, what are we going to be using up. There are, you know, some Christmas chocolates, Christmas things in there at the moment that won't be there forever, but there's still a lot of other stuff. Like here, 2 packets of stickers, brand new stickers. Like, why are they in there? Like, there is absolutely no way I would ever look in that cupboard for stickers. We have a drawer full of stickers and colouring books, so I moved them to that drawer. But I have no idea, I still have no idea, like when did I buy them and why did I put them in there? Also, why do I have 3 packets of like cotton wool pads? I don't use them, so they will be gifted on or they will be binned for the ones that are open. I also have in this cupboard a bag of makeup that I wear every single day, then another bag of makeup which is stuff that I wear like very occasionally. And if I'm honest, I probably could just bin that whole bag. Like, I would have struggled to tell you what was in it, but once I opened it and I saw what was in it, I was like, oh, well, maybe I will use that one day, or maybe I will need that colour powder or whatever. But really, I'm not going to use any of it, and I need to kind of wrap my head around that and come back to that. There was a bottle there that you saw me unscrew. It's a copper bottle that my husband got for me for our like copper wedding anniversary, and he had it engraved with my name, and it's beautiful, but everything you drink from it tastes of copper. And apparently there's some like nutritional benefits in having water from a copper bottle, but I really don't like the taste of water in it. So I gave it a try and I didn't like it. But since then, I've really struggled to part with the bottle. I mean, it's got my name on it and like my nickname. So it's not something that you could easily find another person with that name, pass it on to. Like, how many people are in the market for a secondhand copper bottle? Also starting to look a bit tarnished. I'm pondering whether I could use it as some kind of like slimline flower vase. I don't know. Really, I should probably recycle it, but I know it must have been like, it's such a well thought through gift. And at the same time, I should say, my husband also bought me this copper stand for like iPhone stand, iPad stand, and I use that every single day. So I have a gift from him from that time, which I absolutely adore and was very, very useful. It just, that one was not so much. So anyway, let me know, what do you think I should do? What would you do? I really struggle when people have got me gifts that they have thought about for a long time, and I know also must have been a bit more expensive. Like, how do you wrap your head around parting with those? So I decided, as I had a couple of minutes left, that I would go through the spice rack And to be honest, I was actually horrified here because I do cook a lot and I use the spices a lot. So I was shocked to find that so many of them were really out of date. Now, I am kind of generous with the sell-by dates with spices, and I would keep some which were, you know, anything up to a year out of date. If they smell okay, I would keep them. And maybe that is wrong, but 2 of these had a 2017 sell-by date. Excuse me? Why have I got spices in my spice rack which are nearly 7 years old? What is going on? So I couldn't believe that at all. And obviously I got rid of those. So here is everything that I set aside to get rid of. Now you will notice I started with a bin bag and obviously totally forgot to use it. But a lot of this went in the bin. It didn't take me that long at all actually to get all of this cleared away after I filmed. But I mean, look at this nutmeg, which has a sell-by date of 2017. I mean, how does it even taste of anything anymore? Apart from a dish in there which my mum has given me and I haven't been using, so I'm going to ask her if she wants it back. But otherwise, most of it's recycling and bin, and a couple of bits for the charity shop. So just showing you here, like the difference in that drawer in particular was amazing. And elsewhere, I think, you know, perhaps there wasn't as significant a difference because if I'm honest, in this drawer, we're using most things on a regular basis, but just like having tidied up the towels and the tea towels made a big difference. I will see you tomorrow for another daily declutter. Bye.